Fans, we're back at ringside, and here we are with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the threat for the NWA World Heavyweight title. I know you all know all about the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
You know something, Tony? For the last 3.5 years, I've been telling everybody that I've set my sights and my goals on a very serious campaign. Been doing a lot of studying, a lot of homework. And Flair, I've told you many times in the past that I know you like a book. But up until just recently, in pinning you in the middle of the ring, even though it was a tag team effort, a good faith and a lot of good help from Eddie Gilbert. But I can say clearly now, Ric Flair, that I know you just like I just read your diary, and brother, it's dirty. I've had such a good feeling since that moment. I've had a great response from a lot of the fans all across the country. You've gotten up here and told people that match did not count because I was Mr. X, a masked man. Well, I'm telling you something right now, Flair. In just a short while, when the press comes out with all the wrestling magazines, it's going to state that Ricky Steamboat pinned Ric Flair.
Well, let's take a look at exactly what Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is talking about now.
Come back with it. Powerful slam by the Dragon. Ricky Steamboat goes up top. The Dragon is preparing to fly here. High top body up top, and he kicks it in. Ricky Steamboat has just pinned the heavyweight champion of the world.
There was the 1-2-3 on the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I know you played that in your mind. I know fans all over the country called and wrote into the office of the NWA about that moment.
You know something, Tony? The greatest moment that I had is when I finally got that film, played it at home, and my little boy sitting there going, "Go, Daddy, go. Go, Daddy, go. Daddy, Daddy," running up to the TV and pointing. You know something, Flair? I've got the biggest drive and the most incentive out of any wrestler in America today because I've got not only the fans backing me for a new change, somebody's going to beat you, but I've also got my family backing me, and I'm going all the way with it this year. It's the year of the Dragon. The year of the Dragon. That's going to be ringing out across the country, and I'm not going to let anybody down.
All right, fans, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in his quest for Ric Flair, the NWA World Heavyweight title. Let's go back to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match, scheduled for one fall, a tag team match, already in the ring. From parts unknown, here are the Terminators. Their opponents, with their manager, Paulie Dangerously, here are Ravishing Randy, Loverboy Dennis. From the dark side, the original Midnight Express.
Terminators. This event on NWA Worldwide Wrestling. Well, Dangerously down at ringside. That gives us a chance to get away from him, I guess. Tommy on the referee, and we are set to go. The original Midnight Express. Now, coming up, as you well know, a match has been signed. A big six-man event during Chi-Town Rumble, where the loser of the fall will leave the NWA. Now, Paulie Dangerously, Jim Cornette, both will be a part of that event. In the ring together against each other. So realistically, when you think about a man getting pinned, you immediately think of a man who hasn't been wrestling that long, such as Dangerously or Jim Cornette, the manager of the Midnight Express. But it's the man that gets his shoulders pinned. Ravishing Randy sending the Terminator in. Coming out with a clothesline right on the throat. Bye-bye Cornette is what that sign says. There's no doubt there's a lot of confidence. Good high vertical suplex. And here comes Loverboy Dennis again. Okay, we've seen the signs from Dangerously. What does Jim Cornette think about all this?
Paulie Dangerously, it takes time to stop all evil men, but eventually they get stopped. Al Capone died a broken man in prison. Adolf Hitler blew his brains out in his bunker. They fried Ted Bundy 2 weeks ago, and Paulie, you're next. February 20th, Chi-Town Rumble is your last day in the NWA.
So as we said, a lot of confidence from both sides of the coin. from Jim Cornette and from that man, Paulie Dangerously. And we see both men double teaming the Terminators now. Through the ropes, right to the floor. Ravishing Randy. Now watch him on the right side. We talk so much about Beautiful Bobby being a high flyer and a great athlete, and that is all true. There is no doubt. And Ravishing Randy moving in that category also. Some spectacular moves that he has given us. And Loverboy Dennis. Certainly when you talk about one of the cruelest men in our sport, a man who just loved putting his men into pain, his opponents into pain, you're talking about Loverboy Dennis. Now down on the floor. Tell you what, these Terminators are big guys also. Powerful, muscular, but cannot match the ring savvy and the veterans of Loverboy Dennis and Ravishing Randy. That was a brainbuster move. And a tag once again. Ravishing Randy up on the middle turnbuckle. That reverse splash off of the turnbuckle and does not want to pin him right here. You know, it has been the influence of Dangerously. Once again, he pulls up, wanting these two men to push opponents to the limit. Not only to see if they can, well, maybe pin a man, but maybe try to hurt a man. Now to the other side. The Terminator hung onto the ropes on the left side, but Condrey went right in after him. But here's the other Terminator coming in. And Condrey will send him for the ride to the other side. Clothesline. And now to the knee of Ravishing Randy. Really crisp tag team action right here. Tagging in and out. And that's what we've been accustomed to seeing from these two men. You know, when you're embroiled in a bitter feud like they are with a certain team, sometimes, and we've seen this with many tag teams, they have a tendency to lose something as far as their tag team work is concerned. They get into a situation and all they want to do is brawl. But that has not been the case with these two men. They have continued the great tag team expertise and work and are showing it right here in this match. Dennis picking him up. Belly to back suplex. They got the big guy over that time. Dangerously still thinking about February 20th and thinking about Jim Cornette. Realistically, I know it's Dangerously who would like to pin Cornette, and Cornette would like to do the same to Dangerously. But it could be somebody else. It could be a Randy Rose pinning a Jim Cornette, or a Beautiful Bobby pinning a Paulie Dangerously. Fans will be thinking about this one for a long time. That big six-man event. Randy Rose, one step ahead that time. With a foot right to the face of the Terminator, coming up with a fist right on the forehead of the masked man. Condrey back in once again. Still to come, fans. Don't forget, as we said at the top of the program, in action, the World Tag Team Champs, the Road Warriors, the Total Package Lex Luger, Barry Windham, much more. Stay right with us. The NWA's #1 program, NWA Worldwide Wrestling. Condrey holding up the Terminator. Slamming him down. Ravishing Randy. Here's a double team move. Maybe this rocket launcher. We've seen it is. And Ravishing Randy thrown off of the top by Loverboy Dennis. And it's over.
Here are your winners. Ravishing Randy, Loverboy Dennis, the original Midnight Express.
We're going to see it once again, how they won it. The original Midnight Express, and you can see Dennis Condrey agreeing with what the sign says and predicts for Jim Cornette. We're going to take a look once again at the rocket launcher. Great elevation that time. Great concentration on the part of Randy Rose, keeping his eye on the target. The original Midnight Express pick up the win. More action still to come with Mike Rotunda and much more. There go away.